Welcome to Wine and Cheese Gaming's the Horus Heresy Burning of Prospero box opening. This came out yesterday, so I'm a little behind times probably. And I got today. Well, I guess it came out tonight at midnight, and I just didn't get to the store until after we did a bunch of filming earlier this morning. But I've been looking forward to this thing for a long time. I've been a Space Wolves fan since 1994. It was my first army that I ever did. And I've never really cared that much for the Thousand Suns because, you know, Space Wolves. And then we have Sisters of Silence and the Custodes. And, or however it's pronounced. I call it Custodes. If it's incorrect, let me know. However, I might be doing these as Thousand Suns because I got a lot of Space Wolves already. And I have no Thousand Suns. And looked at a how to paint video from Epic Duck Studios, which is a Canadian guy up with Drill Miniatures and Gaming with the Cooler. Up there's their co-op up in Canada, and he did a really nice Thousand Suns guy, and I really liked the way it looked, and it got me thinking, which is always scary. And I also know I could not replicate it because he just did a great job, and just the way that he did it. What he had, I don't have an airbrush, and it kind of required an airbrush to do what he did. But that's what I'm thinking. I had lots of Space Wolf bits. I probably have enough to make it as a 30k army already, minus vehicles. I mean, I have the... Well, I guess I don't have Bjorn the Fell-Handed from his miniature, but I have a Space Wolf Dreadnought that's at least primed, undercoated that way, base coated. That's the word I was looking for. But here we go. This is the box set. Let's get on to the actual show. And as always, it's a great, great box by GW. Of course, it's its own separate game. Don't mind the Infinity Terrain. Very nice. Super high production. You can tell. Well, it's GW. I mean, it's GW quality, and it's not fine cast, so it's like good. So that's just the back. Kind of shows what's in there. But here's our. I've only taken the wrap around. I haven't even opened it up, so this is the first time. Oh my! It's a nice heavy box because all that cardstock. There. All right. Well, here we go. Lots and lots of sprues. Cool deal. Let me just go through these. These look like Terminator legs, and there are 5 Terminators. Yeah, who knows? But let's look at it. And as a first run production, of course, I'm not expecting to see a lot of flash or mold lines, and so far I'm not seeing any. Of course, yeah, I'm pretty sure these are Terminators. And again, really good quality. What you expect from GW. Here's one sprue. We'll get close-ups as always, but probably just one side. We'll see. And some more legs. So maybe those aren't Terminator legs. So it looks like since there's only 5, unless I got a weird package. The must be their Mark III armors. Here we go. Here's the big old sprue. And lots of chain swords. Big guns. Of course, special weapons. Hammer. I need a hammer. Got the Vexilla. And interesting claws there. Lots and lots of close weapons. Oh, and it's got the little brush, you know, the Centurion, or Sergeant rather, things separate. So you can put on any of the different helms. And there's those lovely Mark III helms. We'll get close-ups. Love the Mark III helmets. And then the Mark III armor. Man, this just looks awesome. Uh-oh, I'm going fanboyish. But you just can see, really good. Lots, they use up all their space, and you can definitely tell over the years how much they've actually improved their sprue usage. Yeah, these are the Terminators. So those must have just been the regular legs. Terminators again. Oh man. Oh, making the chain fist. It looks like. I'm sure. I haven't done any like see what anything's been. Lightning claws. Of course, this is Tartarus instead of the cataphracti pattern, so they can actually sweep and overwatch. Looks like a Reaper autocannon. Nice. Some more legs, seen those. And then here's the Custodes. Oh man, these guys are huge. You know, at least they look huge. Of course, they have their torsos on their legs instead of the usual legs on and torsos separate. Man, look at those. The guardian spears. Okay. Yeah. Then the sentinel blades. And of course storm shields. I mean, they're walking Terminators that aren't Terminators. They have the 2-up save, and then with this they can have that 3-up invulnerable. Oh man, these are awesome. These are gonna be fun to paint. And that's just awesome. I've been a big fan of the Custodes. Oh, since just reading about them in 3rd ed. I might have read about them in 2nd ed, but just the whole thing about protecting the Emperor, because you know he's cool. Big old E. Oh, I didn't notice that on that Power Fist. Kind of got a little hook. Probably goes with that claw there. Very cool. Oh, of course, we also have the special weapons: plasma, melta, plasma pistol, bolt pistol, the thunder hammer. I was needing a hammer for a conversion. More of the same. And here we go. Here's the the Silent Sisters of Silence. I kind of hate saying this, but this kind of reminds me of the Harley Quinn models, just the way that that's made out, and of course the hair. And then the face masks. Oh, Heresy. Yeah, nice cloaks. Nice little texture on the back of that. Go well with my Sisters of Battle. Yes, someone who plays it. Loved them since '97 when they came out. More of the same, just different kind of cloaks, different. These are that was the superior, and these are just the regular ones. Got flamers. They're bolters, lots of flamers because they can have them. And missed the rending flamers. My opponents didn't. Here we go to the characters. This must be Armon. Oh, yeah, that looks really nice. Very sorcery. Reminds me a lot of the Genestealer Magus and Eldrad from the Death Mask. I kind of like their character things. So it's very easy to put together, very simple, and they just go together. Of course, you can't really convert them too much, but as well, since they're kind of posed. Very good. No, again, no lines, but they work. And then character. Yeah, first little hint flash there looks like. I highly doubt that's what that's supposed to look like. Could be. We'll look before we start cutting. I like his little details. That's why I really like GW models. You got the chains to attach to them. It's just for the bolt gun. Very nice. And you've got the pelts. Wolves with the wolfiness. Then we got our faces. Ooh, nifty dice. I need some D10s and D12s. If you ever do Horizon Wars. Oh, the bag was ripped and all the dice came out. Well, okay. some cards. Unbending Will must be the it's kind of whatever you part of the game. I don't know. And the rule books. Horus Heresy, Burning Prospero. Prospero. I don't know how it's pronounced. Prospero. Nice little picture of Harlan. Oh, yeah. Looking at the back, that red. Dusty. It's a red army. You gotta play him. A friend of mine always chose the red faction. Randomly. It always seemed that way. Let's see if I can open this up. Oh, there's... Okay. There's multiple books. It's very similar to their Calth book. The same kind of production value. And of course, I don't know what the game's like, but I'm sure it'll be similar maybe to the Execution Force. I'm probably completely wrong there, but... there's Gagor. It's looking pretty hot there. Gonna rip someone apart. Looking hot. Gonna rip somebody hot and mad. Oh, and that's the darker Space Wolf. Custodians. Yeah. And of course, hey, look here. Buy more books. Sweet. And how to put things together. Makes sense. What? The Space Wolves are the loyalists? Depends on who you talk to. Nice little sheets. Keeping everything right there. And finally, well, not quite finally, here's the stuff to punch out. Again, it's thick quality, probably can't see it, but that's like 4 sheets. That's pretty good. Maybe 5. Some empty bags. Probably to hold containers, the cards, maybe? Yeah, that's to hold the cards, I guess. Don't have one to hold the dice anymore. And I'm not sure why I have so many little baggies. Maybe the cards are separated. And then the transfer sheets, decals, Horus Heresy transfer sheet 2. I accept. This is pretty cool. Yeah, they're pretty. I really like it. Of course, they have enough for Terminators for both sides. So Terminators for 1,000 Suns and for Space Wolves. So very nice. It's enough to do each way. A little different from Trail of Calth, where it was really you only had like enough for 10 Ultramarines. Do right. So at least this way it's a little different. Of course, they had the Dreadnoughts for both sides and Praetors and everything. All right, so that's it. We'll get a close up of these sprues, and we'll move on from there. All right, we're going to start with the characters. Here is Space Wolf, Gygor, Felhand. You can see pretty good, pretty decent. And then Armon. Again, very nice. Then the other side. Again, these are very simple to put together, but they're going to look great. Very well posed, I think. Again, hard to convert into your own. I mean, it's not as easy as, say, the Tactical Marines. And then there's Armor. And we'll get with the Custodes after this. So here's the Custodians. You can see the little details on the shields. These things are just great. Let me just kind of get in. These really need to get in there. You can definitely tell that the Imperium likes eagles. look at that spear. It's just huge. I mean, you just compare it to their torsos or just their bodies, it's just so much bigger. Sure, these guys might be pretty good for magnetizing since they do have a lot of options. You can turn out their spears for their swords or sentry blades, or you can give them their storm shields. Of course, with storm shields, they lose their +1 attack. They come with power knives, which is an Alpha Legion thing. Not sure what's up with that. And then the spear. They can trade out the spear, at least in the 40k version, for their sentry blade for free. And the difference is of course strength and AP, but also the ranged weapon stats. They have bolt gun as the spear and bolt charger. This is a little bit different. It's an assault weapon instead of rapid fire, and it is BS2 in Overwatch. And that's what they can have, and they can have for 1/5 more. They can have their, I think it's 1/5 more. They can have the storm shield, so they can have a 2-up, 3-up. So yes, they can become really good Terminators. Alright, we're going to come back to the Sisters of Silence after this. So here's the Sister Superior on the left. As you can see, her cloak's pretty well detailed. And again, you definitely tell the difference between the Marines and the non-Marines, which is as it should be. I know might sound stupid, but there's some games where everybody kind of is really spindly and you can't tell who is really tough dudes. And here's the regular Sisters of Silence. Again, they have some awesome rules. If you're playing against Eldar, you're probably going to make them cry. Just with the less warp charges and get them within close to their Farseers and Warlocks, they're not going to be very happy. Of course, getting them in that close will be tough. Of course, I don't really play 40k, so I don't know really all the nuances these days of what's really good or not. But I do know these models look pretty awesome. I really like their cloaks, and of course their little top knots and stuff. Top knots are okay with the Sisters of Silence, maybe not a certain Chaos Lord though. Here we are with our Terminators. I'm not saying that 40k is bad. It's just not for me. It's one of those games you kind of have to have talk with your opponent. What kind of game do you want to have? 30k, not so much. We always seem to kind of do the same thing. But here's the Terminators. I really like that autocannon. Yeah, just so big. All the lightning claws in the world that you want. If I was doing Raven Guard, I'd definitely do it. Not really sure about Battle for 1,000 Suns, or if I was doing Space Wolves. And their armor's not quite as detailed as the Custodians, obviously, but the little things that are there, I don't know if you can make out all the little tiny details. It just fits so well. And here's the other side. Actually kind of excited. We're going to be starting a 30k campaign here really soon. And one of the rules for it, which I think is awesome, is you're not allowed to field anything that is not fully painted. And coming from places where nobody does do that, where you're playing the Legion of the gray, plastic gray, it's kind of a nice little change of pace. And finally, we have our regular tactical marines. Obviously, legs that they're so bulky and armored up and scaled. It reminded me of Terminators. Should have known better because it had the pistols there on the sides. But you never know. So yeah, I like doing fully painted. We're doing a Flames of War stuff. That was one of the things that really got me going on them. Is everybody was playing with fully painted armies, which just made it so much better. If you guys don't play with fully painted armies, you are missing out on a whole lot. They don't have to be painted super well. Just put something on there, basics, and then a quick wash will just make the experience so much better for you and your opponent. I know it takes a long time, but if you spray with the undercoat or the primer, base coat it, and then just put a couple details works here and there, and then dip it or do some kind of wash, it looks so much better than this plastic gray. And I don't know, just maybe it's the old guy in me. But here's the other side. Just basics. Even for their basic guys, the details is just so great. They could have gone kind of cheap and just made them right with nothing special. And there's our special weapon, speaking of special. But just give it a try to paint it out. And if you have troubles with it, just ask somebody. There's got to be somebody around your area that paints well. Just get some tips. And the first thing you can ask them, how do you motivate yourself? How do you keep yourself going? And usually it's I want it fully painted. I got a goal. I don't want to be that guy with the unpainted models. But here we are at the very end of the sprues. So that's it from me. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you don't mind all the rhetoric. It is rhetoric. It's an opinion. I'll still play you if you don't have painted models. But look into it. If you're not one of those painters, just look into becoming one. Becoming one. I didn't paint at all for the first 4 or 5 years that I played, and it took me 10 years to become a good painter. I'm not a great painter, just a good one. So that's all there is. So thanks for watching. Get painting. And you bring the wine, I'll bring the cheese.